He's Phoenix, he can kind of draw, but only sometimes, other times he can't draw at all. But he's kind of alright. Now watch him draw something! Yeah! Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web in his size. He catches thieves just like flies. Look out! Here comes the spider. Hello. So what's going on here? Yeah, I'm drawing Spider-Man with apparently super speed powers. No time lapse was used in the making of this video. It's just that's how fast I draw, bro. Bro, it's sick. I shouldn't talk like that. So I completely forgotten why I'm talking. I'm just mesmerized by this sick drawing skills going on. So I'm drawing Spider-Man. This isn't really kind of to be appreciated like, oh my god, look how cool this gentleman draws Spider-Man. He's so amazing. Nor is it instructional, like some videos of people drawing. It's like, you should copy this so that you too can draw Spider-Man this well. Mainly because I can't draw Spider-Man. Not well. I can't draw like a really good Spider-Man. I'm rather happy with how this one turned out. So I wanted this to be like an example. I wanted to like point and say, see how bad I am at drawing Spider-Man. Yeah, him struggling a bit with the arm. That just looks so bad. Look at that. It's got spaghetti hands, spaghetti arms. Arms too far away. I think I correct that in a minute. Really happy with his moshing hand. Webbing, his thwipping hand. Thwip, if you don't know, is the sound effect of Spider-Man's webbing being produced. In the comic, it spells thwip. Like a little thwip. That's like webbing. So yeah, I can't draw Spider-Man. And this was really, I was like, how should I correct this? And I was like, practice makes perfect, don't you know? That's my conscience. And so I was like, oh yeah, here I am. There I was. I don't know if you got it, balling my fists for reference, because when it comes to hands, I'll either make it up, look at my hand, or take a reference photo of my hand. I usually end up taking a reference photo. Reference photo is when I'm really struggling. There's kind of steps. Like, first I'll try making it up. If that doesn't work, I'll just look at my hand. And if that doesn't work, I'll take a photo. So yeah, can't draw Spider-Man. So I thought I'd just practice. This turned out kind of okay. I'll probably do some more practices. I am of the opinion that maybe it's just for me, but Spider-Man is the hardest dude to draw ever. Like of all the superheroes in existence, Spider-Man's the hardest because his range of movements is just so weird and out there, and Spider-Man's got to be doing stuff people don't do. Like you won't find your typical human doing this kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's got to be kind of grounded in the muscles. Like he can't, it has to be pushed. You have to be like pushing the limits of like the human skeleton, but at the same time you don't want him to look like he has no bones and it's made of jelly. So it's really hard to kind of capture that. And then at the same time, if you try and be really anatomically correct, it can kind of look a bit stiff and a bit still, and you really don't want that with Spider-Man. He's got to look kind of like he's moving, and like he's got to look like he's kind of full of energy. And if you're kind of super anatomically correct, I think with any figure it kind of stills it up and makes it look like a statue, or like it's like someone's posing. And Spider-Man's got to have this kind of movement to him. So that kind of way I tried to capture that was to kind of draw fast. Hopefully some of the energy of which I was drawing would kind of go into the figure. Yeah, you can see how fast I'm drawing. I'm sorry to disappoint you, this is time lapse. I can't continue this lie anymore. I'm not drawing this fast. Drawing pretty fast, but not this fast. Yeah, so Spider-Man's kind of on the intensity and clarity scales. I've been reading How to Make Comic Books by Scott McCloud recently. It's a really good book. You should check it out if you want to make comics. It talks about storytelling, writing, like panels, sequential art. That was really American. Art, sequential art. It's a really good book. It talks about just the comic books as a storytelling medium, and about how to shape your characters, and about both the artistic side and the kind of writing side of comics. It talks about it all, really. And it's a really in-depth book, and this dude really knows Scott McCloud really knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna stop that now. I kind of sounded slightly like Spider-Man. Well, or like a bitchy high school girl. The Amazing Spider-Man. It was more bitchy high school girl. I was deluding myself, thinking it was as cool as Spider-Man. Here comes Spider-Man, swinging around, thwip thwip. Oh gee, I really hope I can make it to the dance. I've been looking forward to the prom all week. If only I could thwip there faster. Oh no, I've run out of webbing. It's gonna cost more. I'm always worried about the bills. It's so expensive. Oh look, a giant rhinoceros man is attacking the city. I just wrote the classic. I just wrote a kind of Ultimate Spider-Man story. Not Ultimate Spider-Man. It's a great book, Ultimate Spider-Man. Great series by Brian Michael Bendis, I believe. My favourite Spider-Man title. They're telling really great Spider-Man stories. It's so cleverly written. I sound a bit sarcastic. It's so cleverly written. Like, just a masterpiece. Oh, I went American again. Completely lost. This is going to be a really strange video. No one's done this. It's like half podcast about Spider-Man and half time-lapse drawing video. I'm very original. Ultimate Spider-Man is so good. Writing's so clever. It's one of the few comic books that has dialogue in it that would be really natural if you read it aloud. Like, even the best comics have like this kind of style of comic book dialogue where it's just not natural. You read it out and don't make sense. But it's the Ultimate Spider-Man. Buy it in Amazon, not the Amazon.co.uk. The Amazon Marketplace, where you can, or maybe they'll have it in like a bookstore, DVD store, like kind of like HMV. Oh. See, I'm topical. I read the news. I forgot it was called the news. Oh, here I am. What was I doing there? I don't know. I just was like, I must get my beautiful face on the camera. Half my viewers just disappeared. And since I'll only have one viewer, that's like quite an astounding feat. Like half of a dude just like walks off. He's like, screw this. The dude's so ugly. I'm not watching an ugly guy draw comic books. It's so nerdy. It is nerdy. I'm gonna eat a Pringle. Normal Pringle. Mmm. Intensity versus clarity. Yeah, from How to Make Comics. My train has been found. My train of thought. Yeah, basically in storytelling, he kind of says there's this kind of scales between intensity and clarity. He's talking about the panel layouts, but it's kind of the same for a lot of things like film. You can make your panels or your shots really intense and kind of arty, and oh, hello. Sorry. Really intense and arty and kind of out there. But then you'll lose clarity, because they'll be like, what the fuck's happening? Hey, I don't know what's going on. What the fuck is happening? There's like a close-up of an eye, and then a close-up of a toenail, and it symbolizes something. And so, that's like really intense, but not really clear. Or you can have super clear, which is just boring, and it has no intensity. You're not like, whoa, man! Oh, blown away. You're just like, oh, well, I guess this is a story. This story is sure telling itself. I am sure being told this story. Whoa. And I think that's the same with Spider-Man. That's exactly what I was talking about. If you make him too intense, he looks like he's got jelly for bones. And he doesn't look like... He just looks like a mess of lines and like this weird alien putty creature thing. But if you make him too clear, he's the opposite, he's just still. Just like a posing sculpture. We've moved on to colouring whilst I was rambling. I don't really colour. This is kind of one of the first things I've coloured. I've coloured about probably 4 things with these markers. Pro markers. I think I held them up to the camera. Buy them on Amazon. I'm Amazon's bitch. But yeah, basically just working in kind of even with the working with dark and light and of different colours. So there's like a darker red and a lighter red. But even just going over it in the same colour makes it darker. As you do. So like a lighter blue. Like an ugly face. Just like, I drew this! I drew this! Look how well it's turning out. I can't draw Spider-Man, but it's so good. There's some areas like that thumb on the whipping hand is kind of too high up. There should be more of a gap. I suppose it could be more. No, it's kind of okay. It's alright. Alright, I think I was saying something interesting. Oh, here's the webbing. Good lord, the webbing! That's another reason why Spider-Man is like the worst character to draw. His webbing, man. I screw up the webbing on the face. You watch. I'll screw it up in a sec. It's alright on the top bit. It's when I get to the bottom bit. There we go. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Hastily try and cover that up, but the audience isn't having it. The webbing is really not really hard. Well, I say that after I just messed it up. But it's so time consuming because it's just all over him. It's all over him. Yeah, and it's hard to mess up. And we're reaching the end now. I have rambled so long. I feel like I've missed 700 points that I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the colouring because it's gone better. A good key to colouring is leaving white highlights, I think. I think that worked well here. I did mess up the webbing on that bit. No, I did. I'm like you now. I'm like, oh, what? It's tense, man. I think that's all I've got to say. I'll probably I'll just sing the Spider-Man theme. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I better not be late for my date fighting this giant rhinoceros, man. Thwip, thwip. Classic Spider-Man.